Hey guys, how are you? It's Pandora. I'm back with another in-game tank review. Apologies first of all for anyone who's subscribed to my channel. I haven't put a huge amount of content up as of late. I think the last review, well, it wasn't even a review. I think it was just a game in my Nash horn, and I had just aced it, and I was quite pleased with that. So I decided to upload that. So apologies for anyone who is subscribed. I'm back this month this week, with a review of the Löwe, and apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm not German, so I don't really care. I'm going to continue to pronounce it the Löwe. Love this tank. I've kind of fallen in love with it ever since the start of this new moon event. We're coming up to mid-February, and as you can see, we've only got 3 days of the event left. I'm looking forward to it ending. I don't know if I'm going to grind out the tank. I did make a huge mistake with trying to go for the 112, and I selected the WZ Blaze stage by accident. I think I'd completed the first 3 stages, and my eye was attracted to red, and I selected the wrong stage. So I don't know if I'm going to go for it. There's only 3 days left, and I think I've got like 2 stages to go. I have heard that it's getting a bit of a buff, so that's good. I've seen some bad reviews of it, and it looks like a horrible tank, but never mind that tank. We're going to talk about this one today. It's the Löwe. It's a tier 8 German heavy tank. It's a premium tank, and I've seen a huge amount of debates whether to get the tank or not get the tank. The tank itself, I've really fallen in love with it as of late. As I said, I'm grinding, and I decided to grind at tier 8 because that's where the moneymaker is, and that's where you can make a huge amount of credits. It did reset at tier 9 at one point, but I got it back to tier 8. This event, if anything, it's opened my eyes, and I've kind of fallen in love with the tank again. If you're an inexperienced gamer, don't get this tank. That was my biggest regret. I've got 47% win rate in it, and I've got 1,500 games played in it. So definitely don't get it if you're inexperienced. I'm pleased to say that I've got the experience level now to play it and play it well. You might think that it's a heavy, so it has to be out there bullying other tanks. It's not that tank. You're going to have to play this tank as a sniper, as a supporting, maybe second line, third line tank, and snipe tanks. I'm going to go into some points as to why you might want to get this tank. Number 1 is the gun. Fully aimed in, small target, no problems whatsoever. I'm going to go to tank compare for the rest of the advantages. I'm comparing this against the T-34, the KV-5, the IS-6, the T-34-85, and the Super Persian. And as you can see from the stats there, it's got a higher DPM. The rate of fire and alpha aren't too bad. The reload is quick enough. The aim time is just unbelievable, 2.04. The dispersion isn't too bad. As you can see from the speed, it's a little bit slow. The view range is 269%, but the biggest thing about this tank is the credit coefficient. At 190%, you are going to earn a bucket load of credits with this tank. And speaking about credit coefficient, you may have noticed from my garage that I'm 6 days into my 360-day premium account. For the importance of this video, I didn't want to be misleading, so I decided to include games both with a premium account and without, because I didn't want it to be misleading. The Löwe has got a reputation for earning a lot of credits, and I wanted to compare the credit coefficient of both types of accounts. Without further ado, we're going to get straight into games, and we're going to go through the commentary. Okay, and we're going to get straight into it. As you can see from the garage, I haven't got a premium account, and we start off this game in Rockfield. For this review, I think I've got 2 games of Rockfield, and I'm going to illustrate the options of going one way and the other way. Now, usually in a heavy tank, I would roll up on the right there. You can see we've spawned on the northwest. I made a decision here that I'm going to go left. I'm going to take advantage of the gun depression and the DPM as well. So as you can see, I've hit engine boost. The tank is a little bit slow, so I do prefer to use the engine boost in this tank. And I'm trying to get into a position from the get-go, so I'm not wasting any time. I'm hitting that. I'm going to roll up here with the Defender and the T-44, or the STA, sorry. So rolling up on the left, This is a tank you want to snipe from. You want to be shooting from cover. And I think this is a game where I illustrate that to full effect. So as you can see, we're rolling left, taking up positions. Spotted up two of the reds, three of the reds. Being spotted myself, so I'm going to push in here to the left, and I'm going to use this hill as well to take shots off later on. So I'm just going to roll in here to the extreme left to try and get some shots here on this IS defender. And as you can see, our IS defender gets taken out. He was in a pretty bad position. I don't really blame him. He used the tank to try and bully, but he got spotted by too many reds and focus fired. So it's really just about trying to take out this defender first, trying to get the priorities right. And the M103, I want to be careful of him on the left. He's putting shots in on my supporting fire. Put a shot there. I didn't use Pramo there, and I decided to take the shot, which is probably bad decision making. Rolling back, the M103 is taken out, and it's really just about using this hill now, using the gun depression and trying to support, trying to create some support fire. So I've taken a bit of a beeline for this Carnarvon, and as you can see there, no issues with the gun whatsoever, being able to hit the deck of the engine. I'm going to give him a horrible time, that Carnarvon. I'm going to roll up, and as you can see, the gun has no problems putting shots in through the turret. Rolling back all the time because I don't want to stay up there. The armor isn't the best on this tank. You don't want to get hit. Easy peasy, just rolling up, taking shots, rolling back. And again, the gun is just brilliant, like no problems with penetration. Penetration values aren't the best, as you can see there from the M103. Finish off the Carnarvon, and we're just going to roll out left here. You can see that the IS-8 is pushed up. Now he's going to push into the extreme left. A little bit of lag. I get spotted up. I'm rolling down. I'm going to try and put a shot in on him. Now that's a really bad shot. I didn't take my time there. Hit his turret. And I'm going to do what you can do in the Löwe, which is ram. Caused some damage to my set, but I put a lot more damage into him. Put a shot in on him. And I'm trying to angle here in a way that he's going to hit my side, but I make a mistake. I stop moving, and he puts a round into me, a big round. Onwards and upwards. We've got 3 of the reds left. Put a shot in on the defender, and as you can see, no problems whatsoever. If you know where to hit the defender, obviously. Now I get blocked there by the Carnarvon on our team, or the Conqueror on our team, but we figured out that the defender is on a reload. I take a shot there from the IS-6 on my left. That's a really bad shot on the defender. If anything, I'm only just going to hit his turret, which is probably a bad shot. Defender goes down. It's only the IS-6 to deal with now, and the defender isn't too happy from the red team. Push out. IS-6 is taking a shot. Take a shot in the lower glacis, and as you can see, no problems whatsoever. And it's really just about finishing him off here. That's a bad shot. I really should have aimed for his turret there. Instead, I aimed for the hull. Someone on the green team saying rape noob. I don't like that. Finishing off, and that's pretty much it. Not a bad game. And as you can see from the game results, we've got a 2nd class mastery, Confederate, 2.9 of damage and 40,000 of credits earned. Okay, and we're going to go into the second game, and as you can see from the garage, this is a premium account game, so you're going to see the credits afterwards. We're a game in Castile, and it's going to become pretty obvious what's going to happen here in this game midway through. But I've made a decision. I'm going to go hills on the left hand side, try and get into a position where I can snipe from cover, and I think that's one of the best positions. So from the get-go, most of the heavies are also going to do the same. So it's really just a matter of getting into position fast enough and trying to support the team. So I can see we've got the support here of the IS-3 and the IS-6, and from the get-go you can see I'm hitting engine boost, usually using that, trying to get into position fast enough. So I'm going to roll down here on the right. I'm going to see if I can spot any of the reds who might pop up in the middle or who might pop out on the left. And from the get-go, that Helsing pulls out. Now I don't know why he pulled out there. Oblivious to any of the reds, trying to get into a position, and he's just YOLOing. And in hindsight, I think he wanted support from me. I think that's the worst part of being in a clan called Noobs, is that anyone who calls out noobs, I sometimes think in hindsight that he might be referring to me. But he just goes out there and he doesn't survive very long. He's run into 2 or 3 tanks. He's spotted, in fairness, he's spotted up tanks on that side. Put a shot in the LTTB. Too late. Getting fire from the T-32. I'm not going to go out there. And the LTTB finishes him off. At this point, I'm just trying to put shots in here on the LTTB. That T-32 has me covered up. Put a shot in. Don't know where that went. And I'm rolling back down. I'm using a hill here to side scrape. So I hit the shot with the LTTB. And as you can see, no problems with the gun or the range. A little bit of lag there. Now here's a classic example of how good the gun can be. We're going to see the LTTB try and flank on the right hand side. Now he's going to go right up across and I'm going to follow him all the way. Just keeping an eye on him. Spot him up there. Waiting for the buildings to end. He's going to pop and it finish him off. And that's how good the gun can be. This Rudy, I don't know what he's doing here, but I'm going to roll up here on the left to try and support the tanks down on the hill. Suffering a little bit. This IS-6 is doing a really good job for the Reds. Pop in over the crest of that, put a shot in on him, but I'm also taking hits there. And now I suspect there's a tank in the very back, and every time I pop up on the crest of that hill, he's hitting me. Try and put another shot in, don't get him, and this is where I cop on that there's someone at the back there that's hitting shots at me. So I decide to roll down, not go over that crest of that hill, because whoever's at the back there is having a field day and hitting shots on me. So roll back down. IS-6 is pushed down into a position where he's trying to hold our heavies on the left. You can see the T-32 and I'm going to give him a horrible time here now. Just putting shots in on him. IS-6 is looking at me. It's a bad shot. Take a shot as well. IS-6 does really, really well. T-69 has popped up. There's the T-32 again, and there's the gun. You can just see it from range. It just point and shoot, and it just, most of the time it's going to penetrate. Here he is again, another shot. And he's about 230 meters out, and not a problem. The gun is just brilliant. In hindsight, I make a bit of a mistake here. I should have been putting the majority of my shots here on the IS-6 to allow the heavies to come down off the hill, because they seem to be trapped. And as you can see, I picked up shots there from the T-32 and the IS-6. T-32, I'm just waiting for him to pop out again. And as you can see on my screen there's tanks that have flanked around on the right. I'm oblivious to it at this point. I'm trying to push shots on this IS-6. Bad shots, I'm hitting his turret all the time. I refuse to use Pramo because I don't think it's needed, and it's going to cut into my credit coefficient. Again, putting shots on the T-32, and this is where the T-69 comes in from the flank. I'm hulled down here at this point. The counter is 78. It's not looking good. We've only got heavies left. Trying to put shots in on the T-69. Keeping an eye on the T-32 at the same time. T-69 is moving down. Now, this is where I make a mistake. I push instead of pulling back, but I have to push because the pressure's on us. Pull out, put a shot in. T-69 finishes me off, and the SU goes down and finishes him off. But at that point, counter's reached 100. Helsing is giving out. He's moaning, don't know why. Died pretty early. I wanted to include that game to show the gun. I get a third class 3.4 and we get the high caliber award. And as you can see, we earned a good few credits as well. Okay, third and final game. As you can tell from my garage, I have a premium account at the time this game is played. We've got Rockfield. And like the first game, we've spawned on the northwest hand side. Now instead of like the first game, I'm actually going to go right as opposed to left. It can go both for you or against you on the right hand side. I tend to think that the meta for heavy tanks is the right hand side up here on the hills. It works pretty well for the Löwe if you've got the support, because you can snipe across the left hand side and you can also take out any tanks that might be up here, given the fact that you've got the necessary cover to do so. So I hit engine boost, trying to get up there as soon as possible. Now, earlier I didn't mention, in the Löwe you got to be careful because your driver does get hit quite a bit. The engine block is also takes up a huge amount of space in the back of the tank, and as you can tell from this screen here, it's got a big ass. So you got to be careful with that. I don't think you need 2 repair kits, and that's the reason why I only carried the multi-purpose repair kit. I think adrenaline sometimes is needed, and the engine boost for me, I think it's important to get into positions sometimes at the start of games. I tend to hit it quite a bit through this video. Now, as you can see from my Twitter notifications, JJ Burke is alive and well. He's probably sipping on his coffee. We're on totally different time zones, and it can get a bit mental when he comes online. So apologies about that. You can see that there's a Tiger 2 who's AFK, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. Just putting shots in on him and pulling back at the same time because I don't want to get hit. I don't think there's any trouble with getting spotted at the moment. Just a matter of putting shots in on him. I don't want to really deal with him at a later point in the game, so I decide to take him out as soon as possible. Rolling back, rolling forward, waiting for the reload, and here you can see the reload is pretty good in it. 8.1 seconds isn't too bad for a heavy tank. There's an IS on the left hand side. Try and put a shot in his turret, and there's a bit of an incline here, and that's why I didn't get that shot. Derped it a bit. Now there's an SP1C in the middle of the map here in this bush. So I'm taking speculative shots to see if I can actually hit him or not. He's been tagging me there with a couple of shots that I've been lucky to bounce. The armor isn't that good on the Löwe, so you got to be careful. He's not focusing on me, so I managed to get a shot in on him there. And he's just going to stay there because he's using that bush. The camo rating is pretty good on the SP1C, and I do believe this was before it got nerfed. So my concern here is to try and take him out. It's obvious that he's got the 2-shot top gun. IS, bit of a bad decision there. SP actually tags me with another, and he's using heat, as you can hear. We managed to take out the IS. I'm cautious of the SP1C in the middle of the map, but I'm rolling forward because we want to spot up any tanks here in the corner. IS2 gets spotted up. I get tagged with another shot from that SP1C. He's giving me a horrible time. Here's where the IS2 rolls out. Fair play to Wargaming. The skins on that tank look absolutely gorgeous. Looks really, really nice. I like it. There's 3 against 1. He manages to take out one of our tanks, and it's really just a matter of putting a shot in and taking him out. Now I'm cautious of the SP1C. I've got a Tiger 1 behind me. I pick up a hit here. I think it's from the STA or the Tiger 1. But I hit engine boost, I'm on the move, and I decide to take out the SP1C. I've got a vertical stabilizer on this tank, which definitely helps. You can take shots on the move, which is quite surprising given the fact that it's a heavy, but the shots usually hit. The bloom isn't that big. So using the engine boost, I'm rolling back up here, up the hill towards the Tiger 1. It's really just a matter of taking this guy out. The STA is definitely across the map because he managed to take out one of our tanks there, the Drac. It's just a matter of waiting for the Tiger 1 to pop out from behind the rock. It doesn't happen, he gets taken out, and we know that the STA for the red team is on the far side of the map. Now we haven't spotted him up. He's done well, but at this point it's 4 against 1. STA on our team calls out to capture the base. He's rolling down, and probably a bad decision. I roll down with him. He's looking back at me and thinking, what the hell? STA on the other team gets spotted up. Now I know that he's going to pop up here on my left, and this is where you can see the gun go to work. I'm pushing towards this rock for cover. I know he's going to pop up here, and look at the gun just go to work here. You don't have to aim that long, and you just hit shots that in any other tank you just wouldn't get. Definitely wouldn't get in a Russian tank. So yeah, I love the gun. I hit engine boost again. I want to get up this hill as soon as possible, and here's where you can see the tank can really struggle when going up hills. Terrain resistance isn't that good, especially on hills. Not helping myself. I go down at an angle here that doesn't I don't really help myself, but it's really just a matter of getting into position, trying to put fire in on this last guy and finish him off. He manages to take out one of ours, put a shot in on him. Ramming speed! He gets taken out, but you can see what my attention was there. Not a bad game, 3 kills. We get a second class, 3k damage. Probably most of that was on the Tiger 2, and 73,000 K damage with a premium account. And that takes us to the end of the video. It's been a bit of a long one, this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. We've got quite a few videos online now at this point. You can also find me on Twitter at @blitz_noobs with a Z. If you want to get in touch, if you tweet, if you're active on Twitter, be sure to get in touch and add me and I'll follow you back. Thanks again for watching. Take care.